Have you ever noticed your mood turn dramatically from a reasonably settled or positive frame of mind into a negative or anxious frame of mind? You might wonder what happens. Well, often the stimulus is a single negative thought. The thought arises and you're probably partly conscious of the impact of that thought in your gut, a kind of slightly empty or sinking feeling, and the thought becomes an emotion. Whatever starts the process, the thinking brain, being an analytical engine, goes through the Rolodex of your mind looking for an answer to the question, what are all the possible reasons I might be feeling this way? And of course, it'll find plenty. The more reasons you identify to feel fearful, the more thoughts it produces, and the more thoughts it produces, the deeper the emotional response, so that after 10 minutes, this mood can start to deepen. If it's allowed to continue like this, then the spiral sees you following thought with thought, emotion with emotion, and things can spiral out of control. The mood settles into something that can affect you for the rest of that day, and maybe even many days beyond. To manage those sort of spirals and other emotionally difficult times, we're going to use an approach called stopping and dropping. In our previous practices, we have always gently but firmly returned our attention to the breath when we notice it has been distracted by thoughts or sounds or emotions. Now we're going to try something different. This time, instead of returning the mind from difficult thoughts or emotions, we'll simply stop and notice those thoughts, then drop into the body to see where they're showing up as physical sensations. We'll gently explore if there's any tightness or contraction, any heat or coldness, any sensation at all that is arising with these difficult thoughts and emotions. Now, those sensations might at first elude you. They can be subtle, or at other times they can be very, very obvious. Once you've identified them, it can help when we do the practice to imagine that your in-breath is being drawn into this area and your out-breath is exhaling out from this area. I'll talk you through that technique when we start the practice. We're not going to try and change anything. We're not on a mission to fix anything, simply to observe with curiosity and without judgment, and without diving into too much thinking about the difficult emotions we focus upon in this practice. We're just going to observe the sensations. So as we get ready for the practice, think of something that's troubling you right now. And if there's nothing troubling you right now, you might want to bring to mind some recent time when you experienced difficult emotions. If it's your first time to do this practice, then don't pick on anything that's going to stress or disturb you too much. Get used to the technique first, and then over time use it to deal with ever more challenging situations. So let's begin. So start by sitting in the usual posture, one that suggests that you intend to remain alert but relaxed through the practice. Sit up straight but not stiff, and have your head lift gently as your spine lifts, but your shoulders just to relax and collapse. You should be upright but relaxed. Put your hands wherever they're comfortable in your lap or your thighs. Place your feet flat on the ground, legs uncrossed and relaxed. You may close your eyes or keep them slightly open, looking downward a few feet in front of you with a soft focus. So let's begin as ever with 6 breaths. And with these settling breaths, we're going to trigger the parasympathetic nervous system. We're going to do that by making the exhalation longer than the inhalation. So if as you breathe in now, the count is 2, as you breathe out, make that count longer, 3 or 4. And at the bottom of the exhalation, pause for a count of 1. At the top of the inhalation, pause for a count of 1. So just take 6 breaths, making a particular effort to get that exhalation longer than the inhalation without stressing or straining too much. Take a few moments to do that now. And now as you release the last exhalation, just gently release the breath and bring your attention to your feet on the floor. As ever, you're not visualizing your feet. You're just reaching down and noticing any sensations that are going on there right now. You may be aware of the feet on the floor or the contact between your sock or stocking and your foot. You might get a sense of gravity rooting your feet to the floor. Explore the sensations around your feet, the soles, the top, the toes, for a few minutes. Just gently notice what's going on there. Be aware of the feet. Be present to the feet, just for these few minutes. And now, releasing the attention on the feet, just scan your attention up to your seat on the chair. And just become aware of your sit bones in contact with the chair. Again, don't visualize, just reach out and be observant of any sensations. Just notice whatever is there to be noticed. And if there are no sensations, well then, notice that too. Just rest your attention gently upon the area of your seat and just notice what's going on there for a few seconds. And now just again notice that at any stage you can drop your attention to any part of your body, like your seat or your feet, and just notice what sensations are there to be observed. So releasing your attention to your seat and your feet, let's connect with your intention for doing this practice. In general, the intention of this practice is to learn how to be with difficult emotions, how to explore them, and how to find a way to be with them that's more comfortable for you. So bringing to mind the difficulty that you decided you were going to address in this practice, set the intention that you're going to explore that in more detail now, without the need necessarily to fix anything, just to explore that difficulty or those difficult emotions. So let's begin by taking a long breath in and a long breath out. And for a minute, just bring your attention to the breath. And as ever, if you get distracted, just gently but firmly return your attention to the breath without being upset or judgmental. Every time that you notice that your attention is being drawn from the breath and you return to attention on the breath, you've actually increased your faculty of attention. So when thoughts and sensations or sounds arise, just simply return your attention to the breath. Do that for 1 minute now. So now allow your attention to gently move away from the breath, letting the breath slip to the background. And very slowly scan your attention up and down your body, paying attention to any areas where there are noticeable sensations, whatever they might be. And when you come across a sensation, simply stay with it for a moment or two, gently exploring how it shows up in your body. It can be useful to label the sensations. You might label them hot or cold, tingling, tight, loose, sharp, whatever appeals to you. All the time, just simply notice the sensations. Don't try to change them, other than perhaps consciously letting go of any tightness or tension you notice anywhere as you scan up and down the body. Just notice those sensations. Are they hot, cold, tight, loose, tingling, vibrating? Just notice. And now gently tune your attention away from the body and just allow yourself to become aware of any sounds in your immediate environment. Allow your attention to go to whichever of those sounds, if there are sounds, call to you most strongly. Just simply notice. Don't become lost in them. Don't become lost in thoughts about them. Simply notice the sounds with curiosity and awareness. You may also find that thoughts call to your attention, and allow yourself to notice those thoughts and to explore them with curiosity, but again, not getting lost in them. Simply allow your attention to gently go where it's drawn, but all of the time remaining present to what's in the field of your awareness. Just notice these thoughts and sounds come and go. And now I invite you to recall to mind the incident or the difficult emotion or thoughts that you thought of earlier, where you've recently dealt with something that was difficult for you. Bring that incident into the laboratory of your mind and investigate it a little bit. Allow yourself to go back to that time experiencing the incident again, as if it's being replayed with you in it. And as you do so, simply drop the beam of your attention to wherever you most noticeably experience any physical sensations that come along with the thoughts or emotions that arise. See if you're able to move up close to whatever feelings or sensations arise in your body. Tune into these physical sensations, intentionally directing the focus of your attention to the region of the body where the sensations are strongest. You may like to breathe into that part of the body on the in-breath and breathe out from it on the out-breath. So bring yourself back to that incident. Allow you to experience those thoughts and sensations again, and simply observe what's going on in the body for the next few minutes. And as you notice sensations manifest in connection with those thoughts or emotions, simply move up close to them. As I say, breathe into them, breathe out of those areas. It can help to label what you're experiencing there. Is it tight? Is it loose? Is it hot or cold? Just notice with curiosity the sensations that are coming from these thoughts and emotions. Just continue to explore the sensations. Simply notice how they might come and go, how they ebb and flow as you re-experience the incident. Try not to engage with the incident itself, but rather confine your attention to the comings and goings of the emotions and the associated sensations. Remember, you're not trying to fix anything. You're not trying to make this feel okay. You're just observing what's going on in the body, bringing attention and curiosity to those sensations. If you find yourself becoming a little upset, then remind yourself that this is okay. It's normal to sometimes experience emotions which are not pleasant. It's normal and it's nothing to run from. Simply devote your entire attention to the associated sensations, watching them as they come and go, as dispassionately as you might watch clouds moving across a clear sky, feeling no need to do anything other than note their presence and their nature. You may find yourself resisting these feelings. It is absolutely normal not to want to experience them. You may wish to reassure yourself that it's okay not to want to experience unpleasant emotions. At the same time, noting that they really are simply physical sensations that will anyway come and go. On each in-breath, allow the word calm to arise in your mind. And on each out-breath, consciously relax any tension you become aware of anywhere in the body. Perhaps noting such tension as tension, labeling it tension, and letting it go as you say relax quietly in your mind on the out-breath. So for the next few minutes, see if you can use each in-breath and out-breath to bring you closer to sitting calmly and without reaction to these sensations. Simply noting them coming and going, staying aware of them, but choosing not to engage with them in mind or body. When you do this practice, you will often find yourself become lost in thought, and you may find that you've tuned out of these sensations and this incident. At that stage, you have a choice. You can either bring the difficulty back to mind again, or you can simply allow your attention to settle upon the breath. Do whatever feels right in the moment. So to finish off the practice, bring your attention back to the breath, and let's just sit calmly with a basic attention to the breath for the next minute or two. Then, when I ring the bell, just bring your attention back into the room, gently opening your eyes and carrying on with your day.